Hello everyone, Fluffall176 again. Today I'm going to be testing the effectiveness of a Dragon Scimitar versus a Saradomin Sword. I'm going to be using a Saradomin Sword and a Dragon Scimitar with a Dragon and with a Rune Defender. I'm going to be testing my combat XP on the Armoured Zombies that you can gain access to after the Defender of Varrock quest. Let's get started, shall we? Now, for the sake of being consistent, I'm going to be using the same armor and the same weapon, and the same armor and the same inventory. I'm not going to be using any stat boosters, and I'm not going to be using any familiars that can do anything but heal me. For a helmet, I'm going to be using a Naasnot helmet. I'm going to be using an unenchanted salve amulet, my fletching cape, fighter torso, Varrock's plate skirt, mithril gloves from Recipe for Disaster, dragon boots, and my ring of wealth for teleports. One obvious pro of the Saradomin Sword is that it has a higher strength and prayer bonus. One obvious advantage of the Dragon Scimitar and the Defenders is that you have extra defense. However, you have less strength and also less attack bonuses. I will be testing each of these three combinations for 10 minutes each at the Armoured Zombies, then I will multiply that by 6 to get how much XP you should be making in an hour. First up is the Saradomin Sword. So first we're going to talk to Hartwin, or Hartwin. And for those of you that don't know, having a teleport is a really good idea for getting out of here, because while this area in the wilderness is safe from PKers, it's not that entirely safe, because once you get out, you're pretty much there's a possibility of you getting attacked and losing your armor. Now my timer is started, and I am using a bunyip to help heal me during these 10 minutes. I'm not using any special prayers during this because I don't want any possibility of skewed information by me having to go up and recharge my prayer. Well, I will see you guys in 10 minutes with the results. Alright guys, we are closing in on the last 10 seconds of the Saradomin Sword training. And right after I finish killing this zombie, we will have the info that we need for the Saradomin Sword. And that is the last one. So let's get out of here so I can tally the XP that I made. Alright guys, I made roughly 10k XP in that 10 minutes, meaning that in 60 minutes I will have made 60k XP. I know this sounds little for combat training, but my stats aren't that high, and also I wasn't potting or using better armor. Check the description for an exact number of how much XP I would have made during these 10 minutes. I'll be back momentarily with the other weapons. Alright guys, I have healed up, I have tallied the XP, and now it is time to train with the Dragon Scimitar with the Rune Defender. So let's go back to the Armoured Zombies and get ready to start our timer. At the end of the video, I will show my XP records that I have tallied down with the notepad application on my computer. Alright, and that starts the time. I'll see you in 10 minutes. Okay everyone, closing down on the last 10 seconds of the Rune Defender and Dragon Scimitar test. I can tell just by looking at my XP that I've made a little bit less than I did with the Saradomin Sword. So we'll have to wait and see with the Dragon Defender how much better it is than the Rune Defender. And also, these tests aren't going to be that accurate because if I wanted to, I would spend much more time. I would probably do this test 3 or 4 times, and then I would average out the XP. But right now, I've made probably about 9k, so definitely less than the Saradomin Sword. I'll be back shortly with the Dragon Defender. Alright guys, last test, the Dragon Scimitar with the Dragon Defender. So let's go ahead and go to the Armoured Zombies and get the timer ready. And this video is probably just more of an introduction into a more detailed test that I plan on doing at a later date. But it should give me a basic idea of what to expect with my XP. Alright guys, this is the last test, and I will once again see you in 10 minutes. See ya. Alright guys, closing in on the last 10 seconds. It appears that I have made just as much XP with the Dragon Defender as I did with the Rune Defender. Like I've said before, this data is going to be a little bit inconclusive, and I am going to need to do further testing in a later video to have a more definite answer. I'm going to go tally the XP, and then I'm going to show everyone the Word doc and my conclusions. See you soon. Alright, after some quick calculations, this is the XP table that I have gotten from my tests earlier. The Saradomin Sword gives me about 55k XP an hour. The Dragon Scimitar with Rune Defender gives me about 53k XP an hour. And the Dragon Scimitar with Dragon Defender gives me about 54k an hour. My conclusion is that the Saradomin Sword is better than the Dragon Scimitar, no matter what defender you use, with the Dragon Defender in close second. I've also concluded that I'm going to need further testing before I can make a more definite answer. This includes getting higher stats and making more tests to get an average. Well, until next time guys, I hope this helped, and if you like the guide, then favorite it, comment it, and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, or videos on other games, then click subscribe.